So, I got a little off the tracks with that last one, but I got my point across, hopefully. But this is part 2. So, I wish I had supportive parents. I wish. They stopped talking to me because I left. My father texted me when I was in North Carolina with his own family and said, it's time for you to come back. When you coming back? Because I'm tired of your mom nagging me about you. He wanted me to go back to Connecticut just so she could abuse me more. He was enabling her to treat me the way she did. After he sits in a room and doesn't do a thing but watch sports and cut the grass. He never taught me how to shave. He never taught me nothing in life. And people think that I'm joking. My father didn't teach me a damn thing. Every once in a while, he knew that I was good at basketball, so he'll come out there and he'll have the pads and start like bumping me or whatever have you. But if I didn't do what he wanted me to do, he wanted to put hands on me about it. I had to deal. They never treated my brother that way. They never treated him that way. They never yelled at him. None of that. And when they did, all he did was punch the wall, put a hole in the door, and they just said, "All right, well, I'll just fix that." But yet they literally, my mother would be mad because I would want to have a conversation with her, and she was on the phone and she was drunk and talking. She was over here telling all my business. I was like, "Well, why are you telling all my business on the phone? I heard you." And she's like, "You my child. I get to do whatever I want with you." And she used to always tell me, "I put you on this earth. I can take you out." And I just was like, bro, I can't win. And then when I come to find out, after doing all the research that I've done on YouTube, come to find out that's just the old Southern way of thinking. They think that the first child is supposed to take care of them. They think that just because they were given this, they think it's a privilege for you to be their child and that you should be their slave. So I, with all the attention, and then plus I was light-skinned compared to them. You might not say that I'm light right now, but to them, if you saw them, they're darker than hell. They're like my beard. And they used to take that out on me. My brother used to know their triggers and used to take it out on me and on them, to them, and tell them, "Oh, Marcus got the nice eyes. Marcus got light eyes. Marcus is light skinned. Why I don't got this? Why?" And I felt bad for him. But he took that and told them that I thought I was better than him because of it. I used to try to bring him outside to throw the baseball. He got mad at me. I threw it down the street and then ran. So then I was joking around and I changed his whatever the hell, the background to a nerd. I was just joking. He took that to heart, and my parents really abused me even more because of that. They were silent about it. He didn't physically touch me, because I had got so big in college. But then one time we outside playing basketball, he throws this mean elbow and gives me a nice knot right there on my lip. I know what I'm talking about. He was just a jealous ass dude, and he's still that way. So what they did was they nagged me until I went to the Navy, and then they gave him everything, and then they paid for it. But then they act like I'm stupid enough to realize that they didn't pay for it. Listen, I used to go buy a pair of Jordans, and they would yell at me, "Why you spend your money on that? Why you spend your money on that?" Then I went to the Navy. I came home. This dude had a whole goddamn basement full of nice clothes. But they didn't say nothing to him. All the sneakers in the world. This dude had all the sneakers in the world, but it was fine for him to do it, not me. So, that's the kind of shit that I had to deal with all my life. I had to deal with just colorism. I had 3 strikes before I was even born. And then when he came, I got my 4th. So I was in prison for life because they decided to lay down and have me. Just because she wanted to manipulate my father. Now, I know that that's a learned lesson that she taught. She learned that from her mother because I watched my grandmother do that to my grandfather. And he was what? Light-skinned. Lighter than me. And he used to sit there and just drink. He would drink I never saw my grandfather sober until a month before he died. My grandmother died like 6 months before my grandfather, freshman year of college. And then he died the summer of. And I had a conversation with my cousin because he was in the same hole as I am. I didn't know he was suffering from depression and that it was a genetic thing. So I called him and I said, "Bro, listen, I'll rough you up to get you right." Because that's what my parents did to me. So I thought that would get him in order. So then he went and told my aunt. My aunt calls my house, yelling at me, calling me all types of, you ain't no man, this and that, this is, yeah, remember that? They was called, my mother's youngest sister called my house. My father ain't even stand up for me. She left a message, then she called again and called me all types of names, and I was just sitting there like, bro, I was just joking with my cousin. What are you talking about? Now, this all stems back because my cousin back in the day came to the house and I had a dog. I had a Pooch, all right? And my dog Pooch, I didn't know that the dog would, like my cousin and I used to go in the backyard, older cousin and I used to go in the backyard and play with the dog. The dog knew him. I was like 7. This kid was like 6 or 5 or 6 or something. And I talked him into going into the backyard because he was nervous. But I was like, the dog's gonna play with you, blah, blah, blah. That dog went and attacked the hell out of him. I didn't mean none of that. I didn't know. So my neighbor came from nowhere. Henry, rest his soul, came and saved him because I was so petrified of my own dog. So he took that out on me. So which means my aunts now thought that I was a demon. That I coerced the dog in somehow, some way to hate him, to bite on him. But my father, he's all about money. He's the most frugal, cheap mother bastard I ever met in my life. Everything is about money with him, and everything's about money with my mother. My father wants to save it, and my mom wants to spend it. So he now thought that I was a demon because I did that. I didn't mean no harm by it. I was a little kid. But they looked at me, like I said, they looked at me like an adult, like I was some grown ass man. Like I was beyond my years. And they don't teach you nothing. My father looked at things as right here, right now, present in time. He's not a forward thinker at all. All right. We were begging him for so many years to get an iPhone. We all had iPhones. We begging him to get I ain't spending no money on that. Everything was so expensive. Just little ignorant things I know that's so simple, minute, but it's just like that goes to show what type of human beings I had to deal with in my life. And then I had this dude across the street that was envious about everything I had. Everything. And still to this, and what he does, he's cool with giving his body up and things like that to get to where he want to go. So he had a famous rapper friend in college that he wanted to just be so cool with. But yet he calls his father whenever he gets in a situation and said, Dad, help me. And I didn't have that. So he got jealous about the girls I was dealing with. The fact that I was kind of following him after every school that he went to. I went to Notre Dame. I went to... excuse me. This is what happens when I yell. My throat get clogged up and messed up. They don't like me yelling. But when I get passionate, I get my... Anyway. He was mad. He thought that I was trying to belittle him or or something. And I was never trying to do that. I was just comfortable with following after him. And he knew what type of basketball player I was. He knew that I was elite level. I was NBA worthy. I was gonna make it. First round as a third round D3. He knew that. So he sent people at the school. He said he didn't tell me nothing what they expect at the basketball with the coach. He didn't tell me nothing, not a thing. And it's not his job to do that. I understand that. But if you care and love somebody, you call them your brother, you'll look out for them a little bit, right? So then he has this dude that loves the girl that I'm dealing with. And then I had a friend that I went to high school with as well. I didn't do nothing to him, but I did yell at his stepfather. So he has some animosity for me. Then he has some animosity. But listen, I had nobody to guide me and tell me nothing. And they just relentlessly attacked me about everything, bro. And if I tell my parents, I was telling my parents when I was a little kid that my teachers didn't like me or they were just jealous of me or I don't know what the issue was. I see all these teachers having with their kid, their students, and maybe it was that, but I was a little kid. They kept me in the house. I lost my virginity at 19. So I was already this grown. I already had a little whisker at 12. I was already a grown man. So I was in the bathroom doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at magazines and stuff. My mom used to snoop through my stuff. That's a normal thing. But she would snoop through my stuff and then judge me because I was a growing boy. And my father just sat there. So, and it was just, I never got the chance to be a grown, like, I never got the chance to grow up and be a kid because I was held to this standard that was impossible for me to live up to because I didn't have parents. They didn't want to hide. They didn't want to hide. They wanted to hide. You know how they are. They like black parents. They for some reason love hiding They love to hide the fact that they don't know how to do something. Or my father definitely does not like to say, "Oh, I don't know that. I don't know how to do that." He just laughs at you and makes fun of you. I think it's like, I'm telling you, it's like Asperger's. So I had to deal with two parents that were just kind of slow. So me being who I was and not being able to learn anything, I looked like I was slow too. So I think that they just kept on thinking that, oh, I could just keep on manipulating him, and abusing him, and he'll just do whatever I want. I'm not no damn dog. You know what I'm saying? They treated me like I was a dog. Bro, I dealt with so much for no reason. No reason at all. And yes, I was a little aggressive to certain people, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what I got at home, so I thought that that's what you do to people. So I used to pick on my little brother, you know, I'd laugh at his music or whatever, or the fact that he plays video games, and I didn't mean anything of it. I just saw it in movies. You know, I saw Home Alone, and Buzz was mean to his brother. You know, not mean, but like, he picked with him. But my brother would copy everything I said. If I said a story about how the sky was blue, he'd be like, "Oh, Mom, I saw the sky being purple," right after I said it. And then he'll walk in front of you like he was manipulated to go against me. So now they wanted me to stay at home when I got home from the military. They wanted to knock me down and keep me off the internet, where that's where I was making my money, so that he can do it. He can do the internet. He can do everything. It's fine. Maurice could do it. It's perfectly fine for him to do it. But Marcus did it? Oh, hell no. My mom would call me at the gym every day at the same time, yelling at me. And then if I didn't pick up, she would have my father call me, yelling at me, telling me the gym was going to kill me, and I wasn't living right. And I was just like, bro, I can't do nothing. So I just stopped, and my body got like even more stressed out. So I completely lost control of my whole left side. Like, I had to pick up my leg like this to put a sock on. I gained weight and everything. He called me fat. He said when I was in middle school, high school, he used to be like, "Yo, you skinny as hell, your pockets touching." Bro, I'm a kid, of course. Then I go to the gym, I start eating and going to the gym. "Oh, you on steroids." Nobody ever defended me. It was me defending myself. And if I ever spoke back or said anything to anybody to defend myself, "Oh, you a demon. You horrible. You a bad person." My dad would just be quiet and judge me. And then my mother would just manipulate. "Oh, see, that's why you don't help him with nothing. Don't help him with nothing. He know how to act. He's stupid. He crazy." So, excuse me for trying. I was just a genuine-hearted person, man. That's all I was trying to do, is just make a name for myself and go move away from these crazy people to go play basketball. And they knew that, and they wanted to continue abusing me, so they took basketball away. They sent people to twist my ankle, dislocate my ankle, everything. They thought that I was their chew toy, their punching bag. So I got tired of it, and I left at 36 to go to LA, to go to San Diego and just get away. And then I realized it's just a black culture thing. It's sad to say, but I dealt with that when I was there too. It was just like, Marcus is the issue. And I'm like, I don't even bother. I stay in the room and I work on my body. But yet, the dude that I was roommates with said that I was doing something that I wasn't even doing. Said that, bro, I've dealt with drama everywhere I've gone, and the only reason why I feel like I've gone through this drama is because I didn't play basketball. It was God knew that I was gonna go through this stuff, so He was like, "You need to play basketball or some sport to get away from these people." And I just couldn't. I couldn't do it because they sent people after me and to break my body down and hurt me. So where I'm at right now, I'm just trying to get I'm trying to figure out who I was before the military, where I still went through all this stuff and was still smiling and treating people well. I'm trying to find out find that person what I was working on, but I can't get past the trauma. I'm doing my best to get past it, but it's still right in the back of my head. So it keeps me from doing the things that I need to do. And then I haven't worked this so long, so my work history is, I don't have one. Because I was working on my body, because every step I had plantar fasciitis. I literally had a rock at the bottom of my feet. Every step I took. So I figured, all right, you make this crypto money and you can retire from that and just go travel like you want to, rebuild yourself. And they nagged me about my crypto. They nagged me about, that ain't real money, that ain't real, you a scammer, you fake, this and that. Bro, then when the money was going down and my father found out it was real, why you didn't ask me? I would have gave you some money to pull that money out. Bro. So I've dealt with so much that I don't wish this on even the devil, bro. I've dealt with so much, man. I've totaled 4 cars. I've been in 9 to 10 accidents, and they all were like, listen, I just started drinking. I just started drinking in college, and I never had a drink before. I never was able to do anything, so I was so excited to get away from these people, man. And every summer that I came home, it was more drama. It was more nails in my back. It was more just stabbing me in the back from my parents, and my brother got better at it. He would wait till they left and then try to start a fight with me. And then he, like one time I caught him a little scratch or whatever have you, because I was wrestling with him. Because I used to always, just let him. I say, yo, go ahead and do what you gotta do, and let him get a grip on me, right? And I'd be like, all right, just let me know when you're ready. And I'll just, tussle him and get out of it. And he used to hate that. So then he went and showed him a little scratch, and he manipulated them. And my father wanted to like kill me from then on. That was going into my sophomore year. So he automatically thought that I was a demon. I couldn't come back. I couldn't come back from that. So I just tried to hold their secrets. I tried to hold everything that was going on in the house. I tried to keep it quiet. But come to find out, they were using all of that against me. And then the dude down the street was using that against me. And then his father was getting close to my father just to manipulate him even more, because they knew he was stupid and he was going to listen to it. And never asked me my opinion on nothing. And then if he did, he was never going to believe me about nothing, because he already has conceived notions about his son. He said, but Mr. Brand, he said, yeah, it's, he said, somebody show you themselves a couple times and you better believe them. Nigga, I'm your kid. What are you talking about? That's not really me. I've been telling you, I've been abused by everybody. The dude's a little sweet, so he's trying to get at me. Like, that's all it was, man. These dudes was feminine dudes, and they wanted my position, so they tricked me out of my, they didn't trick me, they tricked my dad out of the position, so that my dad went and told my mother, and my mother went and started using that abuse towards me, and then I had more to deal with. So I never got the opportunity to be myself, ever. So right now, I'm learning how to be an adult. I'm trying to get over the trauma. I'm trying to get over the fact that I should be making all this money and be the biggest name in basketball right now. I'm trying to just get over all this crap. I'm driving a '05 fucking Lexus. I had an Infiniti. I had 2 Porsches. I was living good on my own dollar. I was figuring it all out. And they didn't like that I didn't need them. They didn't like that I was going to figure it out on my own, so they had to stop me. And they sent my cousins, the Nick down the street. They sent his friends from them. It was just insanity. All day, every day, wherever I went, I'm telling you, no lie, every second of my life, if I went outside, it was drama. Because I was there. Because I held up this mirror of perfection to them. And they said, oh, I don't like that. He make me feel less than a man. He makes me feel, and they took it out on me. And then they lied. And this nigga knew how to manipulate his father, and then manipulate my father, and he manipulated my mom. So I had to get away. And then my mother told me she was gonna send people to kill me and all types of stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Who am I gonna talk to? My best friend was always off with some girl doing whatever the hell it was. Like, I could never, and he was manipulated too. He was sheltered just as well as I was. So I had nobody that was going through anything or had been through it. Oh, and my barber, he died in a car accident right before my freshman year of high school. I'm in college. Freshman year of college, he dies in an accident, a motorcycle accident. That's the only person I had to confide in. When he cut my hair, I would go to him. And I'm telling you, my mother put some in my wave stuff so that my hair fell out. So I never had an opportunity to be a man, to learn to be a leader, to be a child. I never got the chance to think for myself. I never got the chance of anything. So where I'm at is pretty freaking good compared to from what all the crap that I've gone through. All the manipulation I went through. I've never seen a healthy relationship. I've never seen a man hug his wife and say I love you or slap her on the ass. I've never seen none of that. I never had a father that said, son, I love you, and never gave me a hug, nothing. My father would give me a handshake. So the only love I ever had was when I went to North Carolina and I had my family talk to me. So I apologize. I'm sorry. My mother was trying to keep me in Connecticut so she can manipulate me and manipulate her family to manipulate me even more. And then she started talking to people down south to manipulate them out of liking me too. Because when I got to start getting a social media name, because she was mad that I found another way, another avenue to make it because of who I was dating. So then they took that from me after the Navy. They worked on it the whole 5 years I was in the Navy, and they took that from me, lied to me and said, oh, she got a restraining order on you. I never got the chance to even know what love was. Because my mother knew that if he found a good woman that would build him and upgrade him, that my brother would want to follow after that. And then she would have no control, and her manipulative ways she would have to use that against my father. And my father didn't want to be manipulated, so he said, go get that boy. So that's why he drove down to North Carolina and did what he did and drugged me back to Connecticut. I'm 32 years old, crying in the car because I don't want to go back home to my mother. And as soon as I get in the house, she trying to manipulate me. And then the next day, she sent me to the VA, and I got 3 security guards trying to lock me up. They locked me up in the VA, strapped me to a gurney, bro. Just because I'm trying to become a good person. I'm trying to get away from these horrible people that I was raised to, these demons. They put 2 needles in my arm. I was smart enough to not sign the papers. They said, sign this paperwork. They had all these cameras on me. Sign this paperwork and you'll go see a judge to get out the VA, the hospital. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm not signing this. Use camera, I'm not signing this. I'm going to sign on the side. So not where you see it. I'm going to sign it at the very bottom so you know that I didn't really agree to this. So then guess what? They talked to my mother and she said, oh, he's just trying to get money. He's just trying to get some money. He's crazy. He's suicidal. He's this and that. I was saying that because my uncle in North Carolina coerced me to say that so I can get some VA money because I was in pain and I couldn't work. My aunt was trying to tell me the whole time, you need to get a job, you need to get a job. So they was trying to say that I was crazy. My own uncle that I love down there was trying to stay away from me. Him and his aunt, his wife trying to stay away from me because my father and my mother had told them that I was crazy. Even to this day, I try to confide into him and he just reads the messages, keeps it moving. So I never had any support ever in my life, ever. Nobody to ever pat me in the back and say, good job, I love you, I care for you, none of that. But I get to watch their kid have love and be loved and have a mom that loves them, a father that loves them, a cousin, a aunt, a family down there that loves them. But I never had that because of my skin color. So I apologize for not being up to par on everything that causes you to be 38 when I'm 38. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'm learning. I'm getting over the fact that I lost out on all this money. I can't play the game that I love, that I knew I would have been better than everybody. I've been watching Steph Curry, and I was shooting like him in middle school. I was shooting that from the half-court line in middle school. My father said, you act like you was over here scoring 40 points a game. I could have if I wanted to, but my coach didn't like me. I went to this school and ruined my life because of my mother, because I wanted to make her happy, to appease her and keep her to shut up. Just leave me alone. And I failed off the team junior year. I only played 2 years of varsity basketball out of 4 because I was being manipulated everywhere I went. The high school coach was over here causing me to break my foot. He knew he was doing. That's some mafia shit. I know what the hell was going on. Break his foot. That's what they do. I knew what was going on, but I was like, oh, I can make it out of this. I can make it out of it. I went to Yale. I had to get my foot surgery. I had foot surgery. I didn't want to have surgery. The doctor said it would heal perfectly fine on its own. My mom said, nope, get the surgery. She knew that was scar tissue was going to hurt. She knew that was going to hurt my foot and mess me up. So then I lost 3 years. I never got the chance to even give it a shot to make it. Because my mother was always sending somebody at me, or I had a coach that was sending somebody at me, or it was just some unnecessary stuff. Then I had senior year, right? The only year I got left. After they filled me up the team, the coach wrote the paper for me, right? And then went and told the teachers, oh, Marcus ain't right there. So then they sat there and looked at me like I was a demon because they found out that I was plagiarizing because he wrote it. He wanted me off the team because he called me a cancer sophomore year. I was just like, bro, I can't win. I'm tired of hiding these secrets. I'm tired of hiding it. Nothing that ever happened in my life was me. It was always somebody else. It was somebody else having a motive against me, conspiring against me, colluding against me. So, excuse me if I'm pissed off and I can't get myself to move because I never learned how to be a leader. Like I used to try. My father used to always try to move stuff. You know, he thought he was able to put fences and stuff up, but he wanted me to work with him. So I had to go help him, and I knew the quicker route to do it. But he went, oh, ain't too many Indians, too many chiefs, no Indians. And he would get hurt because that woman never gave him control of nothing in the house. So he took that out on me outside. I never got the chance to learn how to be a leader, learn how to be a man, learn how to be a child. I never learned anything. They never taught me a damn thing. And if they did, they had a belt attached to it. I couldn't read. I had ADHD because my mom used to always beat me, hit me for whatever reason she wanted to. I remember it all the time. She would smack me. I got a scar on my arm from her, everything. I waved the white flag and got her name tatted on me. And then she put the claws in me even more and lied to me about my relationship. Said the girl had a restraining order on me. So if you want me to keep telling the truth, I can name names too. I don't have a problem with it. I would go to the gym to get away from her. I would go see my little girlfriend that I had up in Massachusetts to get away from them. Then we broke up and I had to stay home. So I started just going to the gym for 15 hours a day and working out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That's why I'm so addicted to working out now. Then I got the other girl. She got me getting ready to go to the Knicks. I told my father and my brother, one of the two, my brother sent one of his friends to twist my ankle. Dislocate the hell out of my ankle, bro. My leg was trembling for a whole day. No lie. So then I said, yo, I can't try out, so I might as well just go to the military. And I should have just tried out anyway and told him. John Starks was calling me to play. I had connections like that. So then when I ruined that relationship because my mother lied to me, I had the whole Connecticut News register, everything that didn't like me because of what my high school coach said about me. They didn't like me now because of this relationship, because I did dirty in this relationship. But I didn't do dirty. I just went off to the military and just didn't get back with him. Get back with the girl. So now I'm stuck back with my parents because my father wanted to manipulate. My father wanted to try to keep himself from getting manipulated and getting abused by my mother and her drunk ways. So, excuse me for not knowing that I was lashing out, I was doing wrong, I was speaking to people the wrong way, I was whatever I was doing. I apologize because I really didn't understand. But now I see what I did wrong and I apologize for it. But I know that it was my family the whole time, both sides, that were manipulating me. My house was not a home. It was a prison, and I had 3 COs. And I was the prisoner just for being born and being light-skinned and having a beard that connected, nice teeth, eyes. My parents gave me braces when I didn't even need it, and my mom said it. She said, you didn't even need braces. She just wanted to get my father to waste money and that he was going to feel some kind of way about it. I had one little tooth that you can still see that stands out a little bit, pokes out a little bit. Then I went to the AAU and I had the retainers. I'm 12 years old, 13 years old walking around retainers. I lost them. He got mad at me because he had to replace them because he had to spend money. So nothing in my life that has gone left was really me. Everything that I was supposed to do, I had it focused. I was focused, tunnel vision. I had it, you know what I mean? I knew that in college I messed up. I knew that in high school I messed up because not training. And I was still whooping these kids' butts. I knew that I messed up by transferring it to appease my mother, to make her happy. I knew it, but she was just trying to go off. She was trying to cause friction amongst my aunt and my cousin who went to Notre Dame with me. So then he always walked around with some kind of animosity for me because he's a fat ass dude. So I got cool. I tried to get cool with him when we got to the age of drinking. We used to go out every Tuesday to get a quarter drink beers or whatever, and we would talk and be cool. And he loved me, but he had a job sent by his mom and my mom and the aunts to get me. So he was just trying to get me to mess up. And he was gonna say everything that I was telling him. He was running back telling them. He had a job. I can't be mad at him. So I was always manipulated and gaslit, bro. So I apologize for being hesitant on making moves now. I apologize. Maybe that's the reason why my back hurts, because I've been so manipulated into not believing that I could do something. And the funny thing is, the reason why I have this strength to say what I'm saying is because yesterday I saw this message on Instagram, a post on Instagram, and it said to ChatGPT, if you were the devil and you want to stop somebody from being great, from their potential, what would you do? And I posted it on my Facebook. So if you got my Facebook or my Instagram, or my Snapchat, I posted it up there. And that's everything that my mom did to me. All 12 of them is what my mother and the people down the street and everybody around me did. My mother mainly, and my father and my brother. My brother used to watch Dragon Ball Z just to learn how to stop me. Now that I watched that stuff on YouTube, I realized that he was studying just to take me down with her, to manipulate them, to get them to manipulate me, because he was envious, jealous. So I block all his friends from trying to follow me, because all they're trying to do is keep up with what I'm doing so that they could go, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're genuine. I don't know who's genuine. I don't know anybody from home that could be genuine, because I don't trust anybody, because I gave you opportunity. I don't care how old or how long ago that was. I don't trust you. Okay? I don't see why you want to grow up in a place and then raise your kids in that place if you know it's the hood. I don't care how shiny and how much you spit shine it and wax it and try to make it look clean. If you're still from that area, you don't want better for yourself or your kids. I don't care how much money you're making. I want to be in the suburbs in a nice big ass mansion with the beautiful women, light skin, whatever. I don't care. But right now, I don't trust black people at all. I'd rather be around white people, Mexicans, or anybody other than black people, because they have tried to destroy me everywhere I've gone except for California. I've met bangers that were cool with me, you know what I mean, wanted to play basketball, shoot around with me, everything. Was the dopest human beings. I met some white people that are there that were just nasty, like, you know what I mean, like, but they loved me. They was genuinely loved me. Like, I feel like it's never home. And then I started seeing Dolph, and I started seeing Nipsey, and I started seeing these guys getting killed in they home. So I started realizing, I can't go back there. Because my mother, one, said she was going to have somebody kill me. Then the kid down the street, he's so cool with giving up his body that he probably got some people that's willing to take me out too. So I don't trust nobody from where I'm from. I apologize. I have to message people that message me, still give me, to try to talk to me. And I tell them what the situation is. And I know that they probably just scurry right back to tell somebody else about it. Nobody understands my pain. Nobody understands my struggle. Nobody understands the abuse I've gone through. They just want to laugh at it because I know I know I don't look better than you. I know my body don't look better than you, but I make more money than you. My life's better than yours. That's what my brother does. He just want me to look at him and watch him and beg him for help. My mom said to me, "You better be lucky you went to the military. You got that money coming in," because she financially put me in a hole. When I made that crypto money, she made sure she got me a Porsche. She forced me to buy a Porsche. I had a Panamera. I didn't need that damn car. I wanted to get another Infiniti that I could pay off. I had $5,000 left on that car to pay off. She made sure that she messed with my brakes, did something to that car. While we listen, we went and brought my dog to go put him down. And I said, "No, it's raining. I'm not gonna go. You're gonna feel bad about it for the rest of your life." She guilt tripped me into going, and then I hydroplaned and totaled my car. I didn't total it; it just scratched the side. You know how Geico is; they always try and get some money out of you. So they went and said that my car was totaled, and I only popped the tire and scratched the door. And then I said, "Mom, let me just drive. Dad, let me just drive your Explorer until I get a new car." He didn't want to let me do it. He had to go ask his mommy first. And then that car don't go past 60 miles an hour, so I'm driving at 60 miles an hour to work. You know what I'm saying? And I was working a good job where I'm making good money, aerospace, Pratt & Whitney. Because my mom wanted to keep me away from Stanford, Norwalk, so I couldn't go back to back to that area and get rich again. Get back to my old normal ways of communicating and networking and all that stuff. Now I understand why she's so willing to pull out the stops and be so evil to me. Because she knows I can go into those rooms with the billionaires, millionaires, and find me another woman or somebody to help me get to where I gotta go. Because everybody else sees my potential, but me, because they gaslit me out of it. They manipulated, they abused me out of it. So that's what I've been dealing with all my life. I don't know who to trust when I go outside. I'm nervous to go to my car. When I go bring these dogs outside, I'm trying to get back in the house because I'm so nervous. I don't trust cops anymore because I've been abused, bro. So I apologize, but I know that I should be on TV. I know I should be an actor. I know I should be playing basketball. I know I should be a model. I know I should be everything. Designing clothes. I know I should be a coach. I know I should be all this stuff. My father said to me, he said, "Why don't you go be a teacher? All this talent and these looks I got, you want me to go be a teacher and teach somebody else how to be better than me? Ain't you stupid? Ain't you the dumbest dude ever to be raised by?" I mean, thank God they didn't, but I've dealt with so much in the 38 years of my life, bro. If I knew it was going to get to this, I would have never been here. I would have took myself out a long time ago. Or allowed somebody to do it. So, if you think that I'm doing this because I want to, you're nuts. You're crazy. I've been through way more than I would ever put on the devil. And I'm trying to find God and beg him to help me. I've been trying my hardest for the last 38 years to find faith. But to know that your parents are that way and still healthy, it blows my mind. I went to North Carolina and I told my uncles and my aunts, my mother's trying to kill my father and she's going to blame it on me. Sure enough, he had triple bypass. I called him and I said something about something. And she said, "Don't call here no more because you're the issue why your father had a triple bypass. You caused him stress." I love my father to death. I protected my father to the best of my abilities. And she sat there and said that to me. That hurt my soul. So then, from then forth, I said I'm never going to respect him because he never stood up for me for shit. So I'm going to come at you harder and harder every chance I get. And then when I have kids and I get a woman, my mom said to me, she said, when Maurice get into a relationship, he going to treat that girl so well. Because he knows he's stupid enough to go get a dumb chick. Me, I'm going to go get me a baddie that's got her mind together, everything. I'm going to be thoroughly thought out with the woman I deal with. And that's why I haven't been in a relationship since 2014. because I haven't found anybody to replace what I want and what I had, because I was manipulated out of it. I never got to close the chapter, the book, because she lied. She's cool with that. She's a demon. She's an evil, nasty person. She stays in the house. Nobody talks to her. Nobody calls her other than her family. She don't have friends. My father don't have friends. They wanted me to be the same exact way. My mom said, you ain't no socialite. Who the hell are you to tell me who I am? I know who I am. I could talk to anybody. I could chill with anybody. I love everybody. What are you talking about? But now I'm hesitant to go out because I lost friends from being killed. I see people getting killed on YouTube and out in town and all this other stuff. Like, I'm nervous. I don't know what to trust, who to trust. And I would have never had to worry about this if I would just play basketball. I would have been fine. I have security, all types of stuff. She said, you accident prone, because I got in 9 car accidents. First of all, you had me with the most crazy insurance, Geico, like the first car I ever had, I had to pay for the insurance on that. Geico? She wanted to ruin my name and everything from she wanted to ruin everything for me. She knew what she was doing. And that's nasty that your mother, the person that's supposed to nurture you and treat you and be the first woman that you love, did that to me. Just because of my skin and just because of how confident I was in myself. So I apologize that I'm not like you. That I'm not just able to just go get married and have kids and settle down and all this other stuff. I apologize. I expect highly of myself. And I will not ever put nobody in the world or bring somebody into my world unless I know I'm mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually ready. That's how great of a person I am. I respect other people. Yes, for a moment I didn't know. I was on my high horse. I got it. I get it. I was, but I just didn't like that person enough to be like, I didn't like you like that. People wanted so much from me. They want to leech stuff from me, vampire stuff from me. They wanted me. My name was huge, and I didn't know it. They wanted to take my energy from me. They want to copy and paste into their life. There are so many people in West Haven that want to be like me, and they know that. And they knew that they were following me, and they were trying to do everything that I was doing. I get no support for anything because they never liked anything of mine. They're just hood rat people. Like, that's just, I'm sorry to talk shit, but they come together when listen. This is why the black culture is where the way it is, because we like to keep the leader down. If he's not all the way up or he has potential, they want to push him down and steal from him so that they can add it to their life, and then they have their own little team and they lie and manipulate other people. I understand that's how the game goes to get to the industry or wherever have you. That's how it works. But like, I've never been that type of person. And nobody wants Marcus to be honest and blatant and be like, yo, I don't like you. Because they know that it'll really affect them. They know that it's the honest truth, because I am not a bad person. I'm an angel, bro. And they know that. And they've always wanted to be like me. So if I say, oh, I don't fuck with you, I don't rock with you like that, they'll get hurt. They'll get really hurt and be like, oh shoot, like they'll really feel bad. I know what it is. So that's kind of my story. That's a little bit of the story. I know I'm missing so much more of it, but all that stress caused my body to get locked up and be cramped up, and I'm trying my best. I just got my body together. I usually can't sit down for this long without going crazy or having ADHD of some sort and having to do something or get mad. When I was young, I used to lash out because I couldn't sit at the desk because my back was hurting so much. So I would yell at my teachers, or what I would come up because I had got beat up by my father the night before. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't. And I tried to keep their secret, but they were so quick to call me a bad name and agree with people about how I was and then judge me. I lost my life. So if you think that I really want to be right where I am right now and not be making hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, you're crazy. And I'm going to get myself up and I'm going to do everything that I want to do. I don't care what age you think it is. That's something that you can't do, but that's something I can. I can get myself up to go play basketball and make it to wherever I want to go, overseas, NBA, whatever. I could do it at a late age because God is looking out for me. And he knows. Everywhere I've gone, the G League trial, they love me. When I went to the Sharks in San Diego, they loved me. They just had a spot already for somebody else. So they said, come back next year. And I'm watching somebody in my spot right now. But I couldn't sit in that car for too long, man. My body was getting tight again. I was stressed out again. I was lashing out on YouTube, and I just don't like it. Stop, bro. I couldn't allow myself to be around that type of energy anymore. Stop it, man. So, that's what I'm dealing with. It seems like it's never the perfect time, but it's gonna happen someday soon. Don't start, bro. Don't start. Come here. So, excuse me for not being perfect, but looking like it. I really don't mean it. But I'm gonna get myself together. Don't you lick me, because bro, you definitely licked me with cat poop on your face, and I had to wash my face just now. So don't be mad at me. I'm trying to get myself together. Don't judge me, because I've gone through so much as a black young man, that I'm trying. I want to get up and I want to go work and I want to go run and jump and just be myself, but I can't because my body is so stressed out from all the trauma that I've been through. I'm looking on YouTube how to fix myself. I'm looking up everything. I'm talking to people. I'm doing whatever I can. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm just tired of crying about it. Like physically, like seriously. Literally, I'm tired of crying about it. I'm tired of lashing out. I'm tired of making people change their views on me because of the things that my parents put me through, because they intentionally did this to me. They knew that they knew that I had everything to be whoever I wanted to be. So they said, let's just throw more shit on him because he's gonna be able to figure it out anyway, get himself out of it. And if not, and if he does, we're gonna pull him down even more. It's crabs in a barrel. I dealt with what I dealt with, and I'm trying to get myself out of it, and that's why I had to move away. And that's some of my story. I got plenty more. Hey, I love you. Don't you think that I'm an evil person, a mean person, just because I love Nipsey or I love people. My father judged me because of the rap I listen to, because of certain things. I just hear the beats and the words and I take different things out of it. Just because you see it as a gangster or whatever have you, that's not how I view it. I don't view it that way. I don't listen to them and think it's God. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that these people are really genuinely the way that they seem like they are because they say what they say or they did what they did. I've been around a lot of crooks and criminals and murderers and scammers and all types of stuff, and I still ain't one of them. Whether you don't believe in crypto or you don't believe in whatever, like, maybe you should look into it before you start judging people. Because honestly, I would never hurt a soul. If I wanted to hurt somebody, I already done it.